I'm here again to conduct my start pre-game interview. Misfortune, how do you feel about your team comp this time around?
Um, it's actually not bad.
How do you feel about the enemy team comp?
It's actually also not bad.
All right, Bard player, how do you feel about the fact that you're fighting a Yumi this game?
Uh, Yumi is all e-girls, so it's easy lane.
I see. Okay. A question to either of you. What is your opinion on their Malzahar and Mundo here? How big of a threat do you think they will be?
His name's TSM Bench Warmer, so he must suck.
Okay, okay. So on your
He's
team,
gonna pentakill.
they have 5 champions on your team. Who do you think will int the most this game?
Probably the Misfortune.
Oh, I see, I see. Calling yourself out for your incompetence.
Oh, am I the Misfortune? Ah, yes.
Yes, yes.
That's me.
Now, if you win this game, who will be the weakest link on the enemy team?
Definitely the Yumi.
Definitely the Yumi. Alright, if your team throws, who will be the one to throw?
Eric Lam.
Alright, the Bard will definitely be the one to throw. You heard it here first.
How did you know my plan?
Yo, Jin has Ghost. Logan, make a note of that.
Alright, I will make a note that Jin has the ghost, and now I'll go back before you spoil any more.
They're
Good,
not
good luck
invading.
with your game. Good luck with your game.
They're not.
Alright.
Ghost Jin.
I heard him say they're not
He's really
invading.
he's really taking the Jin fast mentality to heart.
The fast only works because attack speed. Jin gets no bonus attack speed, but he does get bonus attack damage and movement speed on crit. The fast works because on Earth you get double attack speed scaling, so you hit someone, you crit, and you run at 2000 movement speed. Taking Ghost kind of works against that a little bit, but when his support is Yumi, he can really take whatever summoner he wants, because Yumi will make up for it. Yumi can definitely grab a second summoner that's not Flash.
I predict he'll ignite on the Yumi.
The typical setup will be exhaust ignite to go for the most aggro possible.
But they don't have a heal.
What if Jin runs heal Ghost?
Oh, I presumed he meant Ghost Flash.
I think that's very greedy. I'll be very surprised if that's the case. Well, we're gonna get in game now, so we're gonna check the Jin's runes. I'm gonna say heal Ghost, and let's get into it. Once this game actually loads, come on, client, you can do this.
I mean, can you imagine playing Jin without Flash?
I can't imagine playing almost anyone without Flash. Only a handful of champions. Only a handful of champions will ever choose to not run Flash, and I don't play any of them. It is.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh! It is Ghost Flash.
Oh, they didn't take a heal at all.
Yeah,
it is.
That's a healless comp right there.
And that is greedy.
I wonder why, because they definitely don't have the ability to do 2v2 if they're not take. Well, Jin does have blue secondary tree, so I'm assuming that's Nimbus Cloak into Gathering Storm, so he can go super fast once he pops the Summoner spell. But without any sort of sustain, I guess Yumi can Zoomies him, but if that's it, it's gonna be really hard to run in. Alright, we're gonna go over the matchups here because we didn't really do that yet. We're gonna have Mundo versus Maokai top, Lee Sin jungle against Kha'Zix, Malzahar mid against Mordekaiser, Jin Yumi against Misfortune Bard. So let's talk about their team comps. I definitely see more CC on blue team side here. Maokai CC is... Oh my gosh, the echo. Maokai CC is just a Twisted Advance, which is really reliable. Bramble Smash not so... Well, kinda. And his ultimate is more of a zoning tool than a CC tool, really, because everyone sees it coming. But on blue team, they definitely have the potential to make picks. They have Jin, which is just... Jin is always capable of setting up a pick from a really long distance. Malzahar has click on suppression. Lee Sin has a insect kick. They can definitely make a few picks here.
I think you're underestimating Red Team CC in these kind of prolonged close fights, you know?
I'm just
I think
thinking of
Maokai and Bard both bring a lot of really good kind of sustained CC.
yeah, I should rephrase. I'm more thinking of CC in terms of like setting up for a bullet time.
That's true. That's true. But on the counterpoint, blue team has very few reliable ways of stopping bullet time, except for Lee Sin ult. There's no way Malzahar is going to be close enough to ult an MF. If he is, there's a serious problem going on.
That is true. Well, we'll see how this game plays out. Because here's the thing, it's always dangerous for blue team to get ahead here. Because if any of their solo lanes here get ahead, they can definitely just run down the entire team. Mundo's known to do that, and Malzahar can be a very terrifying zoning threat as well. He's also one of the champs like absolutely hate going against Malzahar, just because he can create so much zone with one spell. Yuumi playing detach here, and top lane. Technically, Maokai should never be able to kill a Mundo. Mundo's resourceless. Maokai has huge mana problems early on, and he does the type of magic. Magic damage, which Mundo really likes to negate, because Mundo wants an excuse to build Spirit Visage. Oh, Mordekaiser getting a solo slam. Mord doesn't pack enough damage early to kill off a Malzahar, and in fact, Malzahar is really hard for a Mord to kill, because he does have a passive shield that Mord can't really pop without getting really close range. And the shield existing means that Mord cannot use a claw or use his ultimate on the Malzahar either. If he just shoves this wave up with Malefic Vigilance, he should be pretty safe in theory from the Mord. But right now, Mord is actually holding the CS lead, and he has a positive push going on against him as well. Kha'Zix, did he get his red stolen?
No, he got it. He
got it? Okay. Yuumi playing detach, getting bop and block, but losing the shield entirely.
I think this game is going to come down to the junglers.
Well, every game comes down to the junglers. Very rarely do you have a game that's...
not last game. Not last
game. but we don't talk about last game. That was over way too quickly. I just want to cast a good, solid, smartly played game, but apparently that's too much to ask for. From both sides, I mean, not just one team rolling over and tilting the hell off the planet. Oh, Bard going for a portal. That Q just whiffs. But here comes the Kha'Zix. There's no isolation.
Oh.
Ooh, exhaust. Exhaust gets committed.
If Yuumi... Ooh, this is dangerous. Okay.
Yuumi will count towards another target, so there will be no isolation. To answer your question.
That seems strange, because you can't target her anyway.
But she still exists. Oh my gosh, three flashes in quick succession, but Maokai gets the short end of the stick. Lee Sin arriving in a very timely manner. He grabs first blood here. So now blue team up ahead actually. On top of taking that first blood, they actually do have minor CS advantages in almost every lane, except for the mid. Mundo is crushing Maokai in CS, SEL2. Maokai just kind of sucks at laning. Jin does have a minor lead over the Misfortune as well. Not to mention he also has more creeps to farm right now. So early minor laning advantages going to the blue team. Mundo did first item Visage, not Visage, Cow. So he might never die to the Maokai again. Especially because Maokai itemized wrong here. You don't... he's actually going for... I'm assuming that's Bramble Vest because he went for 2 cloth armors. Which is not something you should go against a Mundo. He usually shrugs that off anyway. The problem with Bramble Vest is once Mundo sees that you have Bramble Vest, he can just sit back and chuck cleavers at you and win the lane anyway. It's hard to itemize against him because Mundo has a built-in attack damage steroid as well as cleavers and burning agony, which both deal magic.
I think he's building it for the greatest wounds.
Yeah,
But it's a good idea.
I get what you're saying, but like it's one of those things like, oh, it's Mundo, I have to buy early healing reduction. But of all the healing reduction items you can buy, Bramble West is the worst. Because as soon as Mundo sees that you have it, he just doesn't have to hit you anymore. If he's ever in the position to zone out the Maokai like he is here, he doesn't need to auto him at all to win. Especially for a resources champion. The problem with Maokai and his really terrible early laning stage is that Bramble Smash does very low base damage, Twisted Advance does nothing, because the percent HP is just not impressive. Sapling's kind of zone, and that's basically his only saving grace, but it's very visibly played around. And his ultimate may as well not exist in lane. It's basically like 120 extra damage in a burst. So he can't really trade back when people hit him. And he has very low base armor, very low MR, and he has very poor tank scalings as well. And not to mention, on top of all those problems, his mana costs are through the roof for a tank champion. In the amount of mana he takes to cast one Bramble Smash, Poppy can Q twice. It's that bad. And that's his primary trading tool. So a Maokai really wants early mana. That's why you see a lot of Maokais go Glacial Shroud first to try to mitigate some of these problems. But when you opt for Bramble West, the echo.
Kha'Zix has been incredibly patient.
Yeah, he has been. He should be a lot more active here. He should have just gone for it if the trade doesn't work out. Oh, the Mundo pops his ultimate. He's just fine, actually. He can just turn it around. The healing so much. He does have Bramble West, and the Bramble Smash takes it. Too many Brambos. So Mundo loses that trade because he tanked the tower shot, basically. He actually dropped critically low and barely healed himself up. So now he went back and bought Balmy Cinder, which is a pretty interesting choice. He wants to burn down this Maokai. I actually hugely disagree with that. I feel like this Balmy Cinder must be a misclick, but he has already TP back to lane, so he can't really change his mind. I'm not sure, A, why he's going for armor right now, because that's going for Sunfires. And B, I'm not sure why he picked it up. The theory of getting Balmy Cinder is that it helps you apply Grasp, because you stand near minions and then your Grasp is ready. The problem is, he's already got such a heavy CS lead on the Maokai, and he's in a position to constantly shove the Maokai in. Getting this item means you can never siege. If you walk out to hit the tower, you will draw the aggro. Because there's no option to turn Balmy Cinder off. So right now, he's in a very awkward position where he could walk up and start hitting the tower, but he can't. He'll draw aggro. And that's actually going to give Maokai some CS. Because now Maokai can safely CS in the position that he wants to be in, which is under his own tower. He should just commit to finishing Visage by finishing a Kindle Gem. And the 10% CDR is worth so much more than Balmy's here. It's not like he needs those grass procs. He is gonna go into another brawl against the Maokai. He can handily win these if he wants to. Bardolph at the bottom catches out the Yuumi, but Yuumi can just dash back into the Jhin unless she doesn't have it right now. She does have UME, but one more bullet time wave kills her off, and now Jhin gets pinned against the wall. Miss Fortune's gonna try to lay down some damage. Bouncing grenade, not gonna find it, but the 4-shot is coming. Jhin does take that kill, but Miss Fortune trades it back. Double kill for the Miss Fortune. 4-1 so far in the lane. Very good early laning phase for her. Mundo does have the ultimate. He popped it a little bit too slow, but it doesn't matter. Flash commits, kills off the Maokai. So Mordekaiser hasn't backed yet. Just noticed. 10 minutes into the game. He hasn't even drank his potion yet. Top lane, because Mundo is actually in such a good position here. Lee Sin comes top with the Herald, and they just smashed apart so many plates in one go. This is for
How do you see the gold? Do you see how much gold players have?
Hold X. Yeah, 1800 ahead for the. That's really too much, I think. Ward's gonna come top. He's gonna try to be a hero, but he hasn't backed. He's sitting on so much gold.
Yeah, this Ward has 2,800 gold.
Lee Sin ultimate away, and now he's trying to break their ankles, but here comes the Kha'Zix getting the first kill of the game for him. Miss Fortune gets snared down here. Bard is mid. Bard is not here to assist, and Curtain Call goes down. Miss Fortune has to try to make it to the brush. She will make it out. The second bullet not going to find it, and Jin's going to die to minions. Zoomies will heal him up. He's going to get away in time. But he actually almost died, and here comes the Bard. He's returned. Magical Journey is here. Flash Q will miss, but Miss Fortune gets that kill, and now the cat is stranded. She's too weak to fight. She has to try to run away. Will she get it? Zoomies gives her a little bit of speed, but double up connects. Double kill for the Miss Fortune. 3-8 in team kills.
The Yumi's pings lead me to believe she's flaming the Jin.
Yep.
I always wish I could read the chat logs of these games.
Yeah, I brought that up a few games ago. At one point you could. And then for some reason that feature,
I thought it was just was it all chat only?
it was only all chat, but you can't even read that now. At some point a few years ago, that functionality broke and nobody bothered to fix it. And it's been this way for like 3 years. Yeah, the top lane is just a
I thought maybe it
massacre.
was a conscious decision because
Here's the thing.
they want to avoid the flame.
Spectate mode has its own options menu, and in there, the option to turn on all chat is still there. So I'm always under the impression that it's just a bug that you can't read the chat anymore. Now blue team is actually, despite being so behind,
What's this Kha'Zix doing? Oh, okay. Never mind.
despite being so behind in bot lane, blue team is actually quite
Ooh,
a bit
that
ahead.
Bardo!
That time! It's gonna set up, Jin is gonna die, and so is the Lee Sin. Beautiful double kill here for the Miss Fortune. There's just no way out for the
Absolutely.
cat.
Absolutely beautiful Bardo.
It's a massacre down there. Same thing for the top. This Mundo is chopping down a tree with a cleaver. It's very painful for the tree. It just takes so many hacks. He's just screaming out in pain, but nobody hears him because he's in the forest. Bard. Oh, he's gonna tunnel face first into a Mundo. Mundo does so much damage. One more cleaver. This is gonna secure the slow. I don't think Mouser ulted, but they'll take a kill, man. 0-1-8 is the Bard. He found his first death from an otherwise perfect scoreline. And now Mordekaiser gets run down by the Mundo? No, Mundo's just fine. He first itemed his Visage, which is the correct choice here.
It's interesting when the Yumi vessel gets Bard altered, the Yumi herself is unaffected.
Yep, she's not targeted by anything. It's the same thing with Fizz. If he's on top of his pole, you can't ult him with Bard. Or Vlad. Vlad can't be hit by a Valiant pool either. And Olaf can just start yelling and run straight through it. It's just another form of CC.
It's more the Yumi interaction that sometimes confuses.
The interaction for that is she's untargetable. Unless it's a tower. And I feel like there could be potential for Spaghetti being untargetable, except if it's a tower. There's potential for Spaghetti there.
And we can see El Suna is popping off on his Eternals.
Yeah, but while in the pre-game interview, he did say that he will be the Inter. So I'm waiting for him's throw.
I think he said that the throw would come from Eric.
Yes, I'm waiting for Eric to throw, and I'm waiting for him to int. Mundo's just so tanky. He's fighting 2 people. He has Visage. He's taking almost no damage. Yumi flies back in to try to assist. The Lee Sin is in the middle of everyone, but he kills off his first guy. Maokai dies for a 4th time this game. That Bremovest just not doing anything. Mord gets puked on, so that's how we shut down a really fat guy. And the Bard ult was kind of cash out the Lee Sin, and now there's so many Wailings chasing after him. The portal will not find the Bard, but the Lee Sin sure will. Meanwhile, Mundo runs down the Kha'Zix. Suddenly, 4-0. Suddenly.
Everyone except Envy through.
As prophesized. Now we just go wait for MF to int. Scoreline 9-11, but despite blue team being the behind in kills, they have the gold lead. I'm surprised. They are actually gonna try to win this game through top, and I can't believe it's working. They're gonna secure Herald number 2 here.
Top has over a 3k gold lead on his opponent.
It makes sense because he.
Not to mention, jungle and mid also have sizable leads of 5.
Yeah, it's kind of bot lane carry here. So Miss Fortune notably was not in that past disastrous team fight. It might have been different if she was there, but she did go back. And now she has Eye Edge and Reaver 60 minutes in. That's such a scary early power spike. 8.4k. 16 minutes in? That's crazy.
This game truly will come down to the MF carry. In fact, I think this is what they refer to as a 1v9.
The problem with the 1v9 is Mundo is in one of those 9 and he really doesn't care about an ADC.
True, especially
Watch
MF,
this.
who is not a very good.
Misfortune actually just getting run down, but Mundo's taking so much damage. Bullet time can't even scratch him.
The
He's just not
Mundo
taking
tanks.
damage.
He tanks the bullet time.
Yeah, his ultimate's running, he just doesn't feel it. But he gets tied down, the Lee Sin actually sells him out here. And now he has to try to walk away, his ultimate has worn off, he's being CC'd out. There's now damage coming through, he's vulnerable again. They're actually gonna kill him off, Mordekaiser gets the shutdown. Jin has to try to root them MF, they're gonna have to try to walk away here, but can they do it? Lee Sin, he might go for the turn, he will get the turn. They kill off the Mordekaiser, and here comes the Malzahar. Misfortune doesn't die to the Mundo, but Mundo sure as hell is very close to killing her off.
The Misfortune did have to flash over the wall to save herself.
She
there.
did have to use so
If
many
she wouldn't
summoners to
have
get out.
flashed next to-
It's always very scary. Like this one, Mundo's going back. He finished Sunfires. He's going for more armor. He knows that Misfortune is the only threat here. In fact, here's the other thing. Why get Merc Shreds? I don't understand. I heavily disagree with the decision for Merc Shreds here. You don't need MR as badly as you need you don't need MR as badly as you need armor in this game.
Maybe billing it as the tenacity.
So that's
the Malk.
That's the other argument.
So,
In a vacuum, Tabai passive is stronger than 35 tenacity. And
that's true, but keep in mind, not many people on red team are heavy auto attackers. And MF especially is gonna kill the Mundo with bullet time and double up more than she will with autos.
Alright, well, we'll talk about it after this fight, but right now Mundo getting tied down. That long range cleaver finding the kill on the Mordekaiser, and now he has to run in again. Everyone's so squishy against him. He can take that bar portal if he wants. No, he's not gonna go for it, but he's gonna chase after the bar. Burning Agony is pop. He does so much damage with his autos. One more cleaver might find it. Yumi Ignite, not enough to find the kill. Bard will just barely make it out here. Misfortune can't find an angle in these fights. She can't really walk up and approach this Mundo here. Herald 2 gets deployed, and this Maokai gets chunked out. He gets kicked back. The Herald charges into his face, and Mundo's ready for the dive. He's tanking tower shots, and he doesn't give a damn. Misfortune not there to assist. Herald's still alive. He's gonna try to make that charge onto T3. Mundo, his ultimate is still running. Bullet time just to kill the Herald. She will get it before it gets the charge off. But that's Misfortune bullet time down. No kills. Really. Blue team hasn't found a kill. Well, red team hasn't found a kill in a while. They killed off the Mundo in that bot fight, and then it's just been nothing. The score went from 9 to 11 to 13 to 12. It's been 4 for 1 overall. Granted, that one was the Mundo, but this is not a positive outlook.
Unfortunately, MF is a god-awful Mundo killer.
That is true. So back to the whole Tabai versus Merc Shreds thing. Twisted Advance is not worth reducing with Tenacity. The duration is just too small. And Bard Ultimate, Mord Ultimate cannot be reduced. Misfortune Make It Rain cannot be reduced because it's constantly refreshed. So really the only thing that Tenacity is affecting in this game, Twisted Advance to a small degree, and Bard Stun. That's it. The flip side
Twisted Advance is 1.2 seconds. That's not short.
It is not short, but here's the thing. It's not worth it. And here's my counter argument here. There are a lot of basic attacks coming out from blue team and like coming out from red team here, and some that you aren't even realizing. Like for example, Kha'Zix's out of ultimate with Duskblade. He doesn't have Duskblade, but he eventually have it. With Duskblade, the auto stealth auto attack will get reduced by 12%.
Keep in mind, Q is not an auto.
I know it's not Q, it's his auto, and Bard like Kha'Zix will auto because that's how he applies his Duskblade slow.
But I really don't think the Mundo cares too much about. He's not gonna get burst down by the Kha'Zix.
But here's the thing though. They have a lot more AD threats than AP. There's no reason to actually take Merc Shreds over Tabais in this game, because he needs to be focused on killing off their only threats. And Mordekaiser, in terms of AP threats, Maokai may as well not exist. Mordekaiser can actually be negated with just 2 MR items. You don't need Merc Shreds on top of it. You just really need to run down the backline with armor. Speaking of running down the backline, Jin actually kills off the MF here, and they kill off the bar before he can ult. 3-0 in this teamfight. Mundo's just so strong. He's running down the Kazakhs. He's in the base. He's trying to dive tier 4s. He's bringing a Yuumi with him. That guy's crazy. Suddenly you see the kill score went from 16 to 12. They just got the 3-0, and they're gonna go for an inhib here.
The gold lead is just getting wider and wider.
Yeah, this is a true 1v9
That's
performance.
6K.
Well, 2v8 performance, because this Yuumi sitting on the Mundo enjoying free assists. 10 stacks on Dark Seal for the Yuumi. Not something you expect. Yuumi doesn't have to leave the Mundo ever.
Imagine just sticking to one guy and pressing zoomies every now and then.
The Mundo gets AD as his adaptive force, and Yuumi is contributing 12 plus 12%. So when Mundo pops his ultimate, he gets actually a huge chunk. Yuumi is basically like a walking BF sword for him, and it's only gonna get bigger and bigger in terms of the amount of stats you can give him. That's pretty good if Mundo's just sitting on a BF sword. That's worth a lot of money. Yuumi can just sit on Mundo, give him stats, and they're good, and occasionally heal him or set up CC and stuff. Mundo can just keep clicking his way down mid lane. They don't have to siege elsewhere, really. Oh, that was a very clever pop over the wall. Yuumi guessed that word. Mundo just single-handedly clearing out vision here, too. Now here's another metric that we don't often compare, but we will do so here. Vision score. Bard has the highest vision score in this game by a very long shot. But you can see how when you're behind and you can't really find a way to safely get out, your worst score suffers. Maokai has been sitting on 2 charges on his trinket for forever, and he has 8 vision score. That is 1 word every 3 minutes, give or take. That's pretty awful. If you're using your trinket off cooldown, or like never letting it hit 2 charges, you'll have more than that. He's definitely not pulling his weight here, to say the least. And the mind-boggling part is that he's stacking armor. I don't understand why. Granted, they have like Lee Sin and Jin, but against Mundo, your preferred state against Mundo is actually MR, because reducing cleaver damage is so much more effective. Cleaver damage is percent current health, and when it comes to that type of damage, percent current health is the most effective to itemize against, because MR cuts it more than it does flat damage. And if you're not taking heavy chunks from the cleaver, you can actually stand his autos. It's just that by the time that Maokai gets chased by a Mundo, he's already landed like 2 cleavers, taking like a third of his health, and that's never really that good. Cleaver damage is very easy to negate. You just stack like 1 MR item and you're set, but he's not even doing that. We're gonna have 24.5 minutes in.
Oh, they're here. You know what that means?
Well, that means the game's over.
They turned it around and won the game in 3 minutes.
Yeah, totally. So the Mundo 1v9 is coming in. Can he actually run down this team? Blue team takes the dragon. They're gonna start the siege. They do have Baron. I didn't even talk about that, but they grab Baron because red team just can't.
Yeah, contest. They just 3-manned it.
Yeah,
early.
Basically. So Maokai just can't do anything. And Misfortune is fed, but she also can't kill a Mundo. Mundo has 2 armor items done. There's no way Misfortune punches through him right now. They need a lot more CC to do it. At this point, it might be worth for Mordekaiser to like kidnap Mord, sacrifice himself, like not kidnap Mord, kidnap Mundo, sacrifice himself, and give the rest of red team a chance to.
What if you kidnap someone that has Yuumi on them?
Yuumi gets forcefully pulled out.
I can just. I feel like this Mundo Yuumi have just been sitting in whatever lane they want.
I feel like Yumi's playing Minecraft and nobody's noticed because she doesn't need to do anything. She just needs to sit on him and give him like 60 extra AD and he's set.
I don't think she's attached to anyone else in the past like 10 minutes.
I mean, to be fair, she doesn't need to. She's playing RuneScape in the background, really. You just don't know. And once in a while, tap X, send out the Q. Press E once in a while when you hear the Mundo screaming. Alright, Mundo's gonna start the dive. He's gonna pop the ultimate. The health is running. Mordekaiser does kidnap him and Yumi gets forced out. So now Yumi attaches onto the Malzahar instead. The puke comes out onto the backline. Kha'Zix and Kha'Zix and Maokai dropping like flies. Lee Sin on the back, killing off the Misfortune as well. It's just the Mordekaiser remaining. He's not gonna be able to fight. 5 for 1. Clean ace for the blue team. And now 2 inhibitors down. Basically, about to be down at least. Nobody alive.
This is the game.
This is
the game, unfortunately.
This is the game. Mundo runs everyone down.
Mundo literally goes where he pleases.
See, that's the thing with the Mundo. If you let him get ahead in this lane, it's over. And I'm not sure what they were getting at picking Maokai into him, one of the worst laning tanks in the game. He just really can't stand up to this Mundo. Even with stronger intervention, I don't think he wins this lane. But that's it. He takes a win.
Top diff.
Alright, post-game interview.
Unfortunately for it. Andy, how did you feel about that game?
I felt bad.
Oh my god, this damage shard. Where do you think was the turning point for that game?
Where do I think what?
Where do you think that game started to go south?
When I got mashed up with the Maokai.
Ah,
Yeah.
I see. So in the start of the game, you predicted that if someone was gonna end this game, it would be you. Now that we've seen how this game played out, I must say I agree. You really, you really ended there.
Actually, I predicted that the Mundo would be the weak link on their team.
Right, right. You were
And
correct
I
on
would
both
end-
counts. You could not have been more correct on both counts.
Yes,
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 clearly
correct,
it's,
yes. Yes.
very
That's
close
exactly
game.
what happened.
Very close game. The
Very
damage
close.
cards.
And Eric definitely threw.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
The biggest throw was Eric Lamb himself, you know? When we were winning like 10-0, he just threw it.
I
Yep.
see. All right.
Yep.
Well,
I
thank you
didn't know
for
the Mundo was gonna kill me
Yep.
so fast.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Thank you for your interview. That's going to
welcome.
be a wrap.